if you want to renew self-confidence, if you want to kind of like improve the way you look, because after a while, age does nasty things to you. Some people don't really age very gracefully. Some people do. So, you know, we do have enhancers, and we'd like to say a very good morning to Dr. Chen, who is the aesthetic doctor and owner of MEDIVIRON UOA Clinic, and Terence, who is an aesthetic client. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Are you married with kids?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you would know. Are you childless by choice?
I'm focusing on my business and my practice right now.
Okay, understood. Okay, I was just going to ask you about whether it's expensive. So anyway, why did you decide to get into aesthetics? I'm just really curious here.
Well, I was a doctor by training, and after practicing medicine for some time, I found that a lot of people, they actually have a lot of concerns about their looks, and it actually affects their confidence. And I want to be able to do something about this. So aesthetics is actually a booming field all over the world, including in Malaysia. So of course we want to be in we want to do something which is in the trend right now.
So it's trendy right now to do this without altering your face too much. I'm looking at you, looking at me, and you're probably thinking, what does this girl need on her face? But anyway, what are the common issues concerning body and and face image nowadays anyway?
If you're talking about the face, the common concern is due to the aging process, the aging changes such as pigmentation, wrinkles. And if you're talking about the body, commonly people are most concerned about their weights. They want to lose fat.
So what is it that you actually do? I mean, is it invasive, non-invasive?
I do non-invasive and minimally invasive procedures.
So we're talking about fillers and Botoxing and all that kind of stuff?
Yes, that's right.
Interesting. And do you have a wide spectrum of clients who come to you?
Well, a lot of clients are actually females. They tend to be in their late 30s and above. I think about 80% of our clients are females, whereas about 20% are men. And actually, compared to a few years ago, we have more and more men coming in, and we have younger people starting to come in. There's been more awareness that the earlier you start doing these procedures.
That was my next question, actually.
Right. So if you start doing these procedures earlier, you will not have to do so much next time when you're older, and it will be easier, less expensive, less side effects if you do them at a younger age compared to when you are older and you have more problems.
Is that right? So when you're older, obviously there's more wrinkles and more everything and more sunken in everything, so there's a lot more money to be spent as well.
There'll be a lot more problems that we need to tackle. There'll be a lot of procedures that we need to do when you come in at the older age, so it's better to start earlier.
Interesting. Now, Terence, you're an aesthetic client. I mean, what did you do, and why did you decide to do it?
I always have a lot complaint about myself. I want to look good on that. I want to look good on the face.
So we're all vain lah, sebenarnya lah, right?
So if there's a choice for me, if the choice to make me look better, then I will go for it. That's why after I Google, and I found out the aesthetic stuff.
What were your concerns before you actually did, you enhanced yourself aesthetically?
Concern about the result?
No, concerns like, did you have wrinkles, or what was it that you...
The wrinkles.
Oh, wrinkles.
First come from here.
So now you've got it, I mean, just out of curiosity, you've got it Botox, or is it fillers, or what is it? I'm learning something new here.
Both of them, Botox and the fillers.
Now I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering out there, doing all of these things, painful or not? I also want to know, is it painful or not?
No, the discomfort is very minimal, and the reason it is so is because we apply some numbing medicine on the face, at least for half an hour. This medicine is called lidocaine. So lidocaine numbs the skin so that when we're doing the procedure, it is less discomfort. And a lot of the newer technologies, the newer injection techniques, there's very minimal discomfort, very little downtime.
Now today we're concentrating more on dermal fillers. What are dermal fillers? Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that.
So there are dermal fillers are injections which we can use to reduce wrinkles on any body parts, and it's to enhance the...
Any body parts? I mean, besides the face,
you can do fillers on your face, you can do fillers on your hands, or your neck, on the feet. So there are a lot of areas that you can do fillers. So fillers are basically substance which you can inject and to increase or to enhance the volume of the treated area to reduce the wrinkles. And it can also be used for facial enhancement. For example, let's say you want to have a straighter nose, you want to have a sharper chin, we can actually inject fillers to give you the results that you want.
I see. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are asking, how safe is this? I mean, like, you know, side effects, or how would I know that I can actually do something like this without coming out looking like completely like different, or, you know? I mean, I'm sure these are the common questions you get all the time.
Right, so the most important thing for you is you need to see a qualified doctor, somebody who has experience in doing these procedures.
Like yourself?
Right,
yes.
Thank you. So, and then you must you must ask the questions that so that you have a lot of information about the procedure. Before coming to see the doctor, maybe you can read up about the procedure, you can search online or read up some magazine articles about this, right? So get some information first, and when you're seeing the doctor, make sure you ask all the correct questions.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I understand that these procedures can be quite expensive. I mean, like a little vial of a filler is what, maybe 1,005, 1,008, right?
Well, a syringe will cost you about 1,800 ringgit.
Right.
Or some...
And that one can only fill up, like, how much?
So the amount of fillers you need will depend on that person. For example, if a person is younger, they have less wrinkles, they have less sunken areas, maybe they only need 1 syringe or 2 syringes. If a person is 50 years old, 60 years old, they might need a lot of syringes.
Yeah,
so it depends on the age, and it also depends on what you want. Some people, they might not want to have so much fillers. They do not want other people to know that they have done something, so they just want very minimal or subtle changes. So, and it also depends on your budget.
Sure. I mean, speaking about, today our topic, we're talking a lot about expenses, and a lot of people probably won't be able to afford this kind of thing, but they're still very vain and still want to look good and all that. And so they go to actually a lot of like untrained, unprofessional people. Now, what would you tell them? I mean, like, you know, are there a lot of those people out there? How do you know if they're legit or not?
Now, we had a lot of clients who have went to unqualified practitioners. They went to maybe to see a beautician, or they went to a beauty salon to get some treatments, or, you know, or they just get some treatments done in somebody's homes. So they end up with a lot of complications. Yeah, I know people having Botox parties. Yeah. Right. So we have a lot of clients who had complications when they do procedures at other centers, and they come to us to try to fix the products with the problems which has been caused. But sometimes we are unable to help them because the damage has already been done. They had some treatments, for example, some injections done, and the client don't even know what was injected into their own bodies. And we as doctors, we can't tell what has been done. So sometimes the damage is too much, you know, and if it's beyond our scope, what we'll do is maybe we refer to somebody who's more qualified to handle this kind of problems. For example, plastic surgeons. I see, I see. Okay, interesting. Now, Terence, what would your advice be to people out there who actually want to do all this? I mean, someone like yourself, and they're not sure where to go, what to do, whether it's the right thing to do or not. What would you say to them?
They better Google about it, and they ask around.
Research, right?
Research is very important. Better go for a more experienced doctor, I would advise, because I used to try the not unlicensed.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's...
And what happened to you?
The result wasn't turned out well, and then have to...
Spend more money and rectify it, right? Ooh,
it's better go for the qualified one.
Right. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, we're running out of time here on the show, but thank you very much for coming down and sharing this with us. I'm going to have a consultation with you after this, see what I actually need on my face. Ha, ha, ha. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's show. This is what is happening on tomorrow's Bella Society.